Zach and JP's Burnout Hijinks. I'm JP. This is Zach, and our hijinks are Burnout, and this is new. That intro is new. How do you like it? Do you like it? But yeah, no, we're sitting here talking about cats because I had I've got a rash, a bit of a, you know,
dude.
we're waiting for my antibiotics to kick in. Hopefully I don't lose the arm.
I think you might.
But yeah, no, my girl cats.
Awesome.
You're gonna be a
D
one-armed comedian.
and Molly, they don't get along. Let me tell this because they don't get along. And Molly has no teeth, and D has
A lot of teeth.
serrate like fucking razor blades in her mouth. Like D bites for fun. Like when you know, like
So
you know,
do I.
like yeah. You know? so dude, but I love this cat, and she's such a good girl. But I went to break them up. I woke up yesterday to.
Oh, so this was middle of the night.
No, this is the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, first thing in the morning. So I hear them fighting. They run into my son's room, and he's asleep. So I'm worried that they're gonna run across him or whatever.
Slice him up.
But he's got a couch in his bedroom. So I reach out behind the couch, and usually Molly is the last one in there. So like usually I grab down and get Molly. Molly's got no teeth, and she gets focused on who she's trying to kill. So I don't usually worry about her getting on me.
Right.
But I reach down and grab her. I get D, who, like I said, likes to bite for fun. So she's just like, oh, fuck, now I'm being attacked from both angles. She gets my thumb first, like gets me right here between like the net of my finger, and then just like vampire bites me on my hands.
God
and
damn, dude.
So now I'm gonna lose my arm. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
now I
dude.
can finally commit to my character Tyrone, the gay one-armed magician, and I can finally.
I was gonna go with hook hand, but I like your idea better.
Yeah, no, I'm Tyrone, the gay one-armed magician. So June, thank you for our guest June Darling for showing up. I'm so sorry. I'm a good host, as you can tell.
He's amazing.
Zach, say that thing that you like to say about me. With why I'm your co-host.
Oh,
this is a fun thing.
Nobody likes John. How long have you hated John?
That's not what he usually says. Oh no. Yeah, that's how I
That's
feel.
the only reason
Oh.
I'm here.
Yeah, dude. Give me the first time you were like, man, fuck JP.
Intervention that I'm finding out everybody hates me again. Like, oh no.
Just like every episode.
I swear to God, if she says every time at Mike's, he's just outside smoking and unapproachable and talking to.
You are.
I've been hit. God damn it. I've been hit with that so many times.
No, we have that unspoken autistic connection.
Oh,
like
for
we
sure.
don't even have to speak.
Yeah.
We're just like.
No, it's cool. It's like
I warned Greg. I'm like, we're about to have 2 JPs on this show, just so you're aware tonight.
I told him that. I was like, dude, if I literally in the message, I was like, dude, I can't keep a straight thought. So if I get like totally, or if I say something that's like, you're like, Jesus, fuck, June, don't say that. Just
no, that's
feel
totally
free to redirect me.
That's
That's
why.
funny because that's the one thing I don't do.
Yeah.
I let you guys dig
he
your own
will.
holes.
He'll because I've dug so many fucking holes on this
dude,
show.
go ahead. Drown
So
down
speaking
there.
of holes, let's go ahead and start. So how long have you been doing comedy, June? Let's talk about comedy first.
Speaking of holes.
This is the best.
Yeah, let's go
Shit.
straight to you, June.
My bad. Okay, so let's see. Usually we have a bunch of men on here. We're very chauvinistic. We're autistic. You know, we're also both married, so neither of us know how to talk to women. Like we're like, okay, we're good dogs who are like we when our whatever. So how long have you been doing comedy, June? Let me shut up. How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
I don't know, a year and 3/4.
Really?
A year and a half? Yeah.
Only okay. It seems like you've been doing it longer. I
I
don't
was
know.
just gonna say, it seems like you've been in for like you're like a fiver.
No, I know. I keep getting told that, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
So
It just means you're still optimistic.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
because he thinks I've been doing it longer than I have too.
Yeah,
so I
no,
guess
for
it's
real.
just a thing when you're good at it, you know. Like because I think you're one of those who's you're one of those what's good at it, you know. I think that's I'm good at talking. But no,
Nailed it.
So this is something fun fact that you told me. How did transitioning from being a youth pastor at all help you?
You of all people. See, I only know comedian.
I saw that.
So
I saw that.
That shocked the fuck out of me.
I saw that and I was like, because like I didn't even think I saw it the first when you actually sent it to me.
Yeah.
Like I saw it
censored
today
it,
and I was
no.
like, it reestablished in my head and I was like, huh. Youth
the look
pastor.
on Carrie's face when I said that at a mic, he was like,
Is this a bit?
I know. The only thing people don't believe is that I'm a mom and that I was a youth pastor. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you guys.
The
like
mom
that's
I get.
the
The youth
entirety
pastor
of my
was-
life.
What?
Yeah, dude. Okay, yeah, no youth. How So,
Yeah.
yes, how? Because
I only
would
know comedian June.
like my mom was a youth pastor, and I get like she wasn't a youth pastor. She worked with younger kids, so I did
Same.
I did a stint in the Awanas. I don't know if you know
Oh,
about the Awanas.
shit.
Oh shit, you know about the
Oh
Awanas?
my God.
Are we throwing up gang
Trauma.
signs right now?
Are we just discovering that it's the Awanas that made a whole fucking generation autistic? Could it be the Awanas program is what made like just we should ask the hundreds of autistic comedians in Fayetteville in Raleigh. We should ask them if they did Awanas as kids.
So I was raised by 2 youth pastors.
Okay.
Like when the church was open, it was because my dad was there. Like
Okay.
we were the key holders.
So it was like a family business for you at this point.
Okay.
Dude, I was at home or at the park or I was at church or at the park more than I was at home. Like it wasn't.
I was like that for a while.
Yeah.
Mine was just because the church saved my mom. Like the church got my mom to stop drinking, whatever, blah blah blah, smoking and all that. So she went super Southern Baptist when I was born. So she was always like, "Oh, I'm going to help with this. I'm going to help with that. I've got a job at the church." You know, that didn't help that she had a job at the church as because it was like a church teacher, like a church school situation for the first church we were at. And then so I was just at church constantly, and then my friends were church, so both parents were both pastors. You said they were both.
Yeah, they were both youth pastors.
Both youth pastors.
My
okay.
dad actually.
Female youth pastor, early 80s, 90s?
90s. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, no, my dad
Ageist.
actually wrote, directed, produced, edited, like the whole 9 yards, a feature-length film about heaven
Oh no!
Hell yeah.
in the 90s.
Can you find it anywhere?
Before YouTube was
Oh, no.
this man. And
You need to find that and send it to me immediately.
I have hard copies of
Oh
it.
god!
Yes.
But I was the villain.
Of course.
Oh shit! You were in it.
Yeah.
You were in it
Surprising
too.
thing.
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
had starred me and
So
my
this is a
little
family-
sister,
okay.
and somehow I was the villain. I'm
Yep,
like, I
for sure.
literally have never did anything bad ever.
I don't believe that at
Sure,
all.
You know, no, but I was telling Michael McChesney about it, and he's like, oh, did your dad play Jesus? And I was like, and I thought about it for a second. I was like, fuck, dude, he
Oh my
was
God.
the voice of God.
Man, you want to step
It's
above.
like, what was your father's motivation? I'm like, I don't know,
Oh my
bro.
god! That's like the ultimate Christian vanity project. It's like I'm just writing a story so I can play God.
Wrote, directed, and
Fuck.
starred.
Just so I can be God. This is just for me.
Just
shits
for
and
funsies.
giggles. Seriously,
Yeah,
like
just for
it,
S&Gs.
it never went anywhere. It was.
It didn't even show it. Did he show it to the congregation? Like,
Years on this thing.
how were the special effects?
Oh, terrible. Absolutely. No, that's so funny you bring that up because, it's so. At some point,
Do
when
tell.
I'm super
'Cause he-
famous, I'm just going to have like a screening of it.
Oh, dude, yeah, I want to see it now. Like, I bet you could pull. I bet that would draw money now. Like, I bet you could be like June Darling's fucking debut role.
Yeah.
Which, how old were you when it was? Okay, God damn.
jeez.
So that's funny. I was in a religious play. My mom put me in those like the
Plenty of
musical
those. Yeah.
theaters. Super early. So like I was Adam in a thing, and I was only Adam because I was like, they're gonna give me a leather jacket because that was gonna be the lamb.
It's going to be bitchin'.
And it was
You
gonna
were
be
always
so
the cool kid.
but it was gonna be so cool. Yeah, and everybody's gonna be like, I'm gonna be the cool guy. But it was like shitty red pleather. So and it
So
looked
you were Michael Jackson.
yeah.
as Adam.
Yes. So I was Adam Jackson.
Adam Jackson.
And I actually that didn't dawn on me until you said that just now.
Reevaluating his whole life right now.
No, I'm just like, oh shit, I
Hey,
was.
you brought up Awana's. Drama is fair game at this point.
Well, you see, I didn't realize what was going on when I was just so young at the time, and then my dad Jesse Jackson came out. I don't know, started beating me viciously with his belt. Well, I'm sorry, no, that didn't happen. But no, my dad wasn't there. Even funnier.
He spared the rod because he wasn't
He
there.
was like, I'm gonna.
Daddy wasn't there.
Yeah, I am in Austin Powers. But so like, how was? So you had both parents were in youth ministry, and then Dad dabbled in films. Hopefully, only religious films. Only religious. Yes. No freaky youth pastor films. I'm hoping. Mom, no. Okay, let's not. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But so how did that How did you get
Now
into
that
that?
fucked
Like,
me
how,
up.
yeah. No, God. Yeah. No.
Do you think that was the beginning of your problem?
So how'd that lead into you doing it? Because I would be like, I'm not
Being
doing
a youth
this.
pastor?
Yeah, because like usually
Oh,
parents of pastor kids are like, I'm gonna be bad, and they don't go
I'm
into
gonna go out and get
ministry
a shit
also.
ton of tattoos.
Yeah. Would you get shit ton of tattoos?
I mean,
Obviously.
just a couple, but no, I think for me, I went through that cycle, but I was very, very young.
Yeah.
So like I rededicated my life to Christ when I was like 14,
Okay.
probably. No, I wasn't even that old.
How
Maybe
many times?
12 or 13. Oh, countless.
Same.
I should be so
Same.
much better at remembering my fucking jokes. The number of times that I've recited the "it saves you" prayer.
Dude, I like the amount
There's
of
no fucking room in
I
there.
I saw
It's
the
all-
light switch turn on both.
It was
of you
like
when you
every
said it.
single year there was like 4 revival. There was like the one like the quarterly revival, and every year I got scared as shit of hell because I was like, I know I jerked off at least 3 times, and that's gonna make me that was even before then. I was like, I was thinking about like I was just looking at like I was like boobs are neat at the time, like even that was just and I was like I need to go.
Jonathan,
yeah, exactly.
you
That was what
cannot
I was
do
thinking.
that.
Me and my buddies would like make up fake sermons about why Pokemon was evil, like just like fake to
Whoa,
each
yeah.
other.
Whoa.
Like we were super doctrinated. Like it
Holy
was cool.
shit.
But
Southern
see,
Baptism will fuck you up. Like,
Right, but I was evangelical free, so we
Oh,
were like
God.
the hippie version.
So you were the
Yeah.
cool.
literally
okay.
like
You were cool Christians.
Cool
That's
Christians.
what I would probably want to be if I was to
don't
go
know.
into it
yeah,
again.
like Jews for Jesus kind of.
I guess growing up
like,
in- yeah.
what the fuck? Yeah,
Growing up
what?
in it, you'd probably be like,
Yeah, no, but we were like the cool like hippies for Christ kind
Yeah.
of thing,
Yeah.
why
no.
didn't my mom get? My mom was a hippie in the 70s. Why wouldn't she go for something like that? I wish I could
Yeah.
ask her.
Because
Like,
she's trying to change her life, John.
yeah.
Yeah.
she's like, I'm trying to stop drinking. you
What's
know?
his name? The Billy Graham. Like that.
Yep.
He may as well have been fucking related.
My
I knew
mom
so
loved
much
Billy
about that
Graham.
man. Yeah.
My mom loved Billy. She how did your parents like Carman? Do you know Carman? Do you remember Carman?
Dude, my dad is a pianist.
Okay.
So
he played every Carman song.
so music was huge for us. So like I actually was gonna say the day I rededicated my life to Christ when I was 12, 13 years old, I walked in because we didn't have revivals. We had church camp.
Oh,
Which
Oh,
I
no,
think
I
is
had some
of those
even
too.
more
Yeah,
scary.
I
because they're
dedicated
only
every year to
kids, right?
at camp
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So, but I walked into a DC Talk song, and
Oh,
I was like,
nice.
"Oh my God, they rock for Jesus!" It's like I
was
could
it-
do this.
Was it Jesus
bro.
Freaks? Was
Yes,
it? Oh god.
Yeah. So it was like, I was just like, "This is it. This is my fucking. This is the answer."
No, for me it was
Oh.
the album before that. It was Love Is a Verb, and I was
No,
like,
but we had been listening to DC Talk my entire time. I love metal because
Yeah.
when I was like
yep.
5
DC
years old,
Newsboys. How about Newsboys?
Yes.
Do you listen to
No,
Newsboys?
but we were
no?
like actually into
okay.
like
Well,
real
never mind. You're not cool.
hair metal, like Christian
Yeah,
hair
I-
metal.
Oh Jesus
There's
Christ!
this song called
Literally.
"This
Literally.
Means War."
Jesus Christ!
No, there's this song called "This Means War." I can't think of the name of the band, but I actually ended up getting to see them. I was walking through this Christian music festival one day, and I, as one
Sorry,
does,
Christian music
That
festival.
sounds like the most
Yeah, as
hardcore
you do.
thing I've
As
ever
you
heard.
would.
as I would.
Hey,
She would as the,
do you love
the daughter of
Jesus?
2 youth pastors.
No, this was when I was like
if
20.
anybody's gonna walk through a Christian
Yeah.
youth festival,
No, this is like 10 years ago, and all of a
okay,
sudden,
okay.
all of a sudden I hear corn over the overhead, and I'm like,
Like, wait a
who's
minute.
getting fired? Who's getting fired? Why the fuck is corn playing? And I come around the corner, and it's fucking Head PE. He's a Christian now, and he has a new metal band. They're
Are
called
you
Love
kidding
and
me?
Death. And I was
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
I opened for them.
What
when
is
when
happening
I was
right
in
now?
my band Waking Terra, we opened for them like multiple times.
Love and Death?
No, Head PE.
Oh.
When it was still Head PE, when he was still like, yeah, I'm smoking blunts and shit, and I'm fucking people, But then like that was like slightly. I guess you could kind of tell, like he ended up like got to the point where he was bringing his kid on tour with him, and
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
he brought his kid on stage and would play bongos with him, and then he would tell his kid to get off stage to talk about fucking kids,
Yeah.
or not fucking kids. Oh god.
Whoa. Whoa.
not that.
Yeah, we'll
not
cut that. No,
We ain't cutting
but
shit.
I didn't know he was in a Christian band now.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is
Literally.
nuts.
Yeah, it is
Literally,
about
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
No, that was like, I don't know. Yeah, probably 10,
hold on.
12 years ago now.
Still, that's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
You're like, why the hell
Oh
is
yeah,
this?
no, I was.
band?
There's a picture of me that my friend took, and I'm just like,
Because see, I can believe Christian new metal would be a thing now
Yeah.
because
Oh,
like
yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, it was POD is Christian new metal,
Right.
like 'cause I
I-
remember being able to buy POD albums in Lifeway,
Right.
so it's like oh
Oh,
shit, like
God.
or family Christian bookstores
Yeah,
and shit like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but like.
My
Goddamn.
ex-husband was.
We need to just like talk about like our trauma of growing up as Christians in the South. Oh shit.
No, I'm from Colorado. My ex-husband.
Oh
was,
shit.
I know. My
So that's why you're
ex-husband
the crazy hippie fucking
Right, yeah,
Christian.
exactly.
Okay.
It all adds
See,
up.
the first time I ever saw comedy was at church. It was a Christian
Exactly.
Christian
I
pastor.
was raised on black and white films, so to
Me too.
So to me, like all of the
This is autistic.
slapstick, all
That's
that
why you don't
kind
let
of
autistic
shit, like Bob
people talk.
Hope
Yeah.
and Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
That was my bread and butter. Like that was comedy for me.
We're too good of friends.
Yeah.
No, but my
they're-
ex-husband was really.
We're
good.
about to have a
Greg,
stepbrothers
they're
moment.
multiplying.
You
We
need
need to get out of here now.
Because let me tell you,
Just
I
burn the
literally-
house down, bro. It's done. You don't want this
Yeah, Bing
infestation.
Crosby.
Talk about comedy. This is about religious trauma only.
For me, Jack
A
Benny.
fucking side quest. No, my ex-husband was really good friends with the guys in POD.
Oh, that's
That's
He
hilarious.
had a Christian punk band.
That
That's
is
how we
fucking
met.
hilarious. A Christian
Oh,
punk
shit.
band.
You guys are
Holy
so
shit.
hardcore. I wish
Yeah,
I was
no,
this cool.
you had something that was it said something about music, but I think it was related. It was near the book. It was because you have a book also.
No, yeah, but
it was.
music
Did
is-
you do
music
music?
is
Oh,
oxygen
yeah,
for me.
music is oxygen. That was
Yeah,
it. I was like,
yeah.
because you had, I'm writing a book, and then you also had music is oxygen. I was like, is that the name of the book?
No.
Okay,
no,
so
no.
music. So you're just
is-
a music person also. Okay.
Yeah, I've always
Cool.
been. I've never tried because I knew that if I tried and failed at music, I
So
would kill myself.
This cracked egg is from my first band I was in.
No, I would. I would have.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm bad at this. The only
Oh.
thing that makes me even think that I might be human, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete.
The only
Just
reason
get
I
out.
could I was into it because my mom was a singer. She was super good at singing. I was okay, but like I would just listen and like it was more of approximating the voice kind of thing. Like I'm more of can sing just like incidentally of being able to do voices kind
Right.
of like. But so like when I joined my band, it was like we were System of a Down, Korn influence. We were just like nobody's gonna tell us shit, and that was when everybody
You
else
don't
was
know me,
doing.
Mom.
Everybody else was going like, you know, and like we were like that shit's gay. We're gonna do cool shit that's like it's older, you know, because it was like 6 years old at the time. Like System of a Down was, I think they had just broken up, like or whatever. No, they were breaking up because it was 2006. And that's when I got but it's supposed to be an M and a W, but it looks like a cracked egg. Like especially when I do it like that, like it
It's
looks
cracked egg.
Cracked egg, yeah.
It is.
Or Grateful Dead. But then I was in another band that was like just way more because like we got with another guy who was like in a, as you know, you meet other musicians when you're playing, but they also
What?
played 7 strings, and so we were like, oh, they've got 7 strings, we've got 7 strings, and this dude was.
You want to get together and have 14?
Yeah, and that was it. So like we got together, we made like a big band. Or, well, not a big band. Well, it was big because he was. It was big because this dude was 300.
You're out there playing swing music on
Folks,
your
in case
seven
you're wondering
I
at home,
fucking
comedians
wish. I know,
and musicians
I know
find
that we
friends
all
the
wished
same
we could.
way.
We all loved like swing music, but we were just doing metal. But this dude was like 300 pounds, and like his fingers, like his pinky was this big.
Yeah.
Like, but he could shred. Like I've never heard anybody play guitar as good as he did. But that band was called IDK. So that
What was it called?
I don't know. But that was the whole point of naming it IDK.
Yeah.
So when we would be like, "Hi, what do you listen to?" I don't know. But nobody ever listened to us because it never, you know.
Definitely wasn't for the title. Of the
Yeah,
band.
yeah, yeah. But the one band where I actually did like cool shit with was a band that I had no part of and I shouldn't have been in because I was just like I pushed buttons. I had samples and backing vocals basically and keyboard. I played keyboard.
You played a song.
Yeah, I played a song. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, they would show me what to play and then I would just push the buttons and then I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, they lit up.
That's the music.
They were like, all right,
Yeah,
this
that was
one's
music.
next.
That was
and
me.
this
Yeah, I was
one.
like music.
That's how it works.
But my best contribution to the thing was we would do like a drop in a song. You know, they would do like do-do-do-do-do. Does he look like a bitch from Pulp Fiction? And then they would go do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It was the coolest shit. But yeah, so that was my brief history of my entire time in band. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that to you. But so were you in? You said you didn't try music because. Or
She would
you-
commit
I would've
suicide
killed
was the
myself
joke.
Okay.
If I had been bad at it, which of course I would have been bad at it because that's how it fucking works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's the dude. I faked
Pretty
it till I
much.
make it. When I was pushing buttons, I got kicked out of a studio in New York because
For pushing buttons.
they told me, "Hey, come back tomorrow and know how to play a song." And the song I came back knowing how to play was "Shimmy Shimmy Yaw" by Old Dirty Bastard, which is 2 notes, which is ding 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 ding. So yeah, he
No.
didn't find it funny. So you've been music adjacent with that? Like, if you've been like just been obsessed with music, you just have,
Curious
like,
with
have you been,
music,
like,
as John would say.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so if
Music
I'm sorry,
curious.
if you're going to Christian music festivals 10 years ago, you must still.
That's
like,
because she
you
fucking
like
rocks
music.
hardcore,
Yeah,
John.
like, dude, the last time I tried to go to a music festival, well, this is like the last and only time. It was about 10 years ago. Also, I was supposed to get to see Tool for free, somewhere here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of nowhere, North Carolina. First night was Korn and Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie sucked
met
ass.
him.
Rob Zombie?
Yeah.
Oh, his show
Random as
sucks.
fuck.
He sucks. His music sucks. I don't like him. My wife really likes Rob Zombie, so I'm just like, bleh.
I
met
always
him
tell
at his-
people. I always tell people that I look like a fucking microwaved Rob Zombie.
You look like you would play drums for Rob Zombie
Yeah,
for sure. Like
exactly.
if you put on some like fucking like painted your face white, you would
Yeah,
definitely.
dude, throw me in the microwave for like 30 seconds. Yeah, it's perfect.
No, I actually met him at his. He did a horror. Not a horror. What was it called?
It was a comedy.
Yeah, God damn it.
Convention? A horror convention?
No.
Okay.
Preparation H.
Just trying to help. June, you said you would be able to.
I know. We'll be able to remember things and stuff. No.
Anyway, you met him.
Anyway, I met him at Six Flags in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Neat.
he put together a.
What a place.
What is it
How
called
many
when you
dig-
walk through it and you get scared?
A ride, amusement thing.
Ride.
A
Amusement.
A
non-autistic
haunted
person.
house. Thank you.
Thank
Jesus
you.
fucking
It's like,
Christ.
dude,
Yes.
okay.
June, you look like you
An
live in a
attraction.
haunted house.
I
How
know,
could you
I
not
am a
remember
haunted
that?
house.
How many ditches
It's
did he
fucking
do?
magic, dude.
It's crazy in there.
Yeah. Once you go in, you are never the
come out.
same.
If you get out.
Yeah.
How many ditches did he dig while you were around him, Mr. Zombie? Did you call him Mr. Zombie, or was he?
No, I didn't even think it was him at first.
Shit.
And my friends were like, did you just talk to Rob Zombie? I was like, I don't know, did I?
I think that's just a
His
carny.
name's Robert. What are you talking
And they're
about?
like, what? I was like,
Dude.
yes?
Dude.
I don't know. I don't know who people are. I don't fucking care.
I don't care.
But
The
dude,
guy
We're in the
doesn't know
same
who I
line.
am. Why would I give a shit
right?
who he is?
Seeing Korn though, when I saw Korn with adjacent to him, like, because it was literally he played on this stage and then Korn was over here on this stage. Like, my wife and I was like, this sucks. Let's go wait for Korn. So
Yeah.
we like waited. Like he had like 3 songs left. We were like, we're just gonna go get a good spot for Korn.
Yeah.
Korn was everything I wanted and more. I was just like, he was wearing a kilt.
Sounds like Korn.
They busted out the bagpipes. The only thing that was missing,
going.
like Head was back in the band at the time.
Yeah.
The only thing that was missing was he didn't have like the cool mic stand like anymore. He wasn't using that for that show. But like it was still, I would draw pictures of John Davis as a kid. I love this dude, and I was.
Why'd
just
you
like,
say as a kid? You're telling me you wouldn't
I have
still
not
do
drawn
this?
a picture of John Davis in a long time, and I know because I haven't drawn. He's got the opposite of a Hitler mustache. Like that was the mustache
What?
that he used to have. No, it's.
Explain.
You know what a Hitler mustache is,
Right.
correct?
100%.
Shaves down
yeah,
the middle. That's
yeah,
so
he shaved
weird.
all of that, and he only had this on
hate
the sides.
that.
Yeah, it was the ugliest thing, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he had it in the Freak on a Leash video. So like, we could check that. We'll get Greg if he had that. Can we
No.
put some text in? Okay. All right. Greg said no. Greg, we don't. No, we don't. I don't get any cool fun editing.
No.
Damn it, I'll fart on this whole show. But
Music.
I was going to talk about. Yeah, we were talking about. I like music. Music has been like music was like my whole fucking life for a long time. I did music for about
Parents
10
at
years
home.
before.
If you're wondering if your kid may have a little bit of ADD or ADHD,
Or
please check
autism.
out this
See,
episode.
this is why, like, it's a bad thing. Like, it's awful when autistic people discover that, like, they start
What,
talking
friends?
to each other. Like, it's a good thing that for the most part they don't really talk to each other. 'Cause, like,
No one wants us
like,
to talk.
you
This
don't
is the
like if
point.
you
Yeah.
fuck up and it's like a trap. Like if you fuck up and you like activate it, it's like a fucking like a talking fish.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
hey everybody, ever see like I'm here to let me tell you about Star Wars for the next 20 minutes. Well, that's or like
Do you like Star Wars?
I would like to tell you about Lord of the Rings. It's like, shit, I shouldn't
Here
have
we
talked to
go.
that fish on the wall. Who
I
put
was
that?
at a bar one time with my friend, and this guy started talking to us, and he and I just like went off to the races. And
Oh,
she's
no.
she's like, Jesus, dude. I was like, it's just our autism. Don't worry, we're just gonna get it on the floor. And I was like, we're not gonna get it on you. I was like, you can fuck off. We're having a great time. Just, you're
Let
not-
us talk.
Yeah.
No, like, because I do get worried sometimes with guests. It'll be like, will we be able to talk to each other? But this has been refreshingly fun. Like,
Yeah, I honestly regret having you.
I need to go like to Raleigh and
This
like.
is the longest he has not spoken
No.
ever.
My plan now is
His
to go to
wife is,
Raleigh,
like, taking
make a
notes.
list of everybody who said they're autistic, and then I'm just gonna get them on the show. I'm gonna be like, we have to get all of these.
John's
autists
like,
on
I
the
can
show.
find
I
friends.
can find people to talk to. Well, it's just to have good content. I think we're having good. Oh well, I'm sorry, Zach. She's
We
right.
are having a
we're
great
having a great
Yeah.
conversation. Yeah. Okay. So let's we can move on from music because that's a hole I'll fall into forever.
Yeah, that's my special
I
interest.
was just stop talking about holes too. I keep doing that too. But you're writing a book. Are you writing and publishing a book?
How many holes does your cap?
No. Well, on my arm currently, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's not even the hand that I fucking put through the plate.
Is it the
like,
hand
at
that
the beginning
feeds you?
This is the hand that I put through the plate earlier this year. So
Hell yeah, dude! I
God,
fucked up. What was it 2 days ago? I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I was playing the zombie game with my toddler. Thank you. It's the hardest job in the world. It's the easiest job in the world.
being a stay-at-home
I was
dad
playing
is
the
the
zombie
easiest
game
job.
with my kid. We're running around. My toddler, he's almost 3, and he's like, "Dad, blanket on head." So I put the blanket on my head. He tripped over the cord that had like the 3 to 5 pound salt lamp. Didn't see it coming. Smashed my big toe. It's so swollen. I can't even fucking wear sneakers.
Oh. I thought your feet looked abnormally gross.
Yeah, dude. It's because I can't do shit with them.
I don't like looking at people's feet.
Oh,
Man,
yeah, you
that's
do.
horrible.
I saw you
Dude,
subscribe to my foot
No,
binder.
when I stubbed my toe and the first time I ever fractured a bone in my body, I was walking to put my steel-toed boots in hand. and
Wasn't that this year too?
No, that was at the end of last year. That was right before my mom died. Hey! But no, I was walking and stubbed my toe, steel-toed boots in hand. Like, it was the dumbest fucking thing in the world. And then I put them on and went to work that day, and
My foot hurts.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm okay now. It's fine now. But your book. Okay, now we're back to it. Let's get to it. So you're writing and publishing a book.
Yes.
What's that about? What is it about? What broad,
the
statement.
fuckery that's been my life.
Okay.
So autobiography or
Yeah.
So being youth pastors,
Oddly, that's not. There's not a whole lot of that in there. Even though
June,
sorry,
we call
that
that
sounds
suppressed memory.
It sounds like a lot of fuckery would be
Even
during.
though that it was most of my lived experience, yeah, that didn't really make it in there. I don't know. Yeah, Ben read it rather, and was like,
Ghostwriter. Okay, we
She already said it.
yeah,
Got a ghostwriter. She's a liar.
lies.
He
Didn't
wishes.
write this at
Yeah,
all.
He wishes. No,
Liar.
Ben read it and he's like, I know this is real, but fuck, dude, this all sounds made up. I'm like, thank you for that. I appreciate it. That my lived experience is such bullshit that you're like, this can't be real, even though I know you.
So how long have you been working on the book?
So
Technically her whole
so
life.
dumb. Yeah, exactly. That's what my daughter said. She's like,
How long have you
really,
been putting
Mom?
it into the
Really?
written paid
Like,
word?
It's been in your head for 40 years. So I had a show in Jacksonville,
Yeah.
and I went for a walk, which turned into a run. And
Did you want it to be a run or?
Yeah. Well,
Were you
I
being
should have been wearing
chased?
different shoes is the thing. So I was wearing Chucks, and I was like, oh, I just have so much extra energy. I just need to get this out. So I kind of like went for a jaunt, and I like to run trails, and I lost my footing and I caught myself with my face.
Nice.
So I didn't really think about the fact that I had definitely a head injury, and then I ended up driving to Jacksonville drinking. Which was stupid.
Nailed it.
Yeah, yeah, precisely.
Don't drink and drive. Shout out to Ryan.
Only with
the
a
best
head
part
injury.
was though that like I fell when the word retard was running through my head.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, this is it. This
Did
is
you say
exactly-
it as you were falling?
Yeah, basically.
Retard,
I
bam!
was like, you're too pretty to be a retard, and then I just bam, fucking.
It's just like, I like snacks.
Yeah, I was like, dirt tastes good.
June, what happened? June went for a run.
yeah, exactly.
Two fall down, go boom.
Yeah, exactly. So,
June got show in Jacksonville. Got to go.
so I ended up having like a complete mental break that night.
Of course.
Yeah,
as you
as
do.
one does.
I've never had one
And
of those
then
at a show before.
JB doesn't understand.
Yeah,
Never
okay.
had one of those.
No, and then I woke up the next day and I put down 10,000 words.
Holy shit.
I
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
I wrote a 70,000 word book in 5 weeks,
Fuck,
God
dude.
damn, dude.
and it's fucking good. for
So-
no, like it doesn't make sense, and it's
Obviously.
You didn't take Adderall that morning, did you? You weren't
I don't.
all of a sudden
no, I
diagnosed.
don't. That's the worst part is I don't even do drugs.
Oh,
like
shit.
if anybody should
Nah,
be
see,
like,
my problem. I
like
get them,
the doctor
yeah,
should just write me a
making
script
sure.
for ecstasy
For
and be like,
anything.
this bitch is fucked.
Dude.
Just let her.
I
Just
get
like,
them occasionally. My wife will be like, "Here you go, peasant," and I'll be like, "Oh, candy, sir, thank you, candy from the Lord," you know. And then I'm just
No,
like, I'll be like,
I don't.
and then I'll have Amy.
Dobby gets candy.
Then I'll annoy Zach by texting him for like, I'm at work, but hey, let me tell you this great idea I had for a sketch. Hold on.
I'm
Anyway,
sitting here running
yeah.
around the house, look at my
It's like-
phone,
it's like,
19 texts. I'm like, oh shit,
Shit,
all John.
Yeah, he's like, sorry,
Like,
I was
never
playing.
mind.
The funniest thing he sent me the other day was like, sorry, I couldn't respond to you so late. I was playing hide and seek with my toddler.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
was that the blanket
Yeah,
situation?
no. That was the week prior, and then I found out my toddler knows how to open my front door.
Oh
No.
shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
unlocked it and everything.
That's not
Shit.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to figure out.
Have kids, they're great.
You got to put the deadbolt up top. Fuck. So like it's how like 10,000. Are you done with it? You're at the editing, publishing
I'm in the editing
phase.
stage,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is making me
That's
wanna,
fun, especially when you can't
That's cool.
concentrate that long.
No, it's making me want to walk into traffic, having to reread all of my trauma over and over and
Oh,
over
yeah.
again. I'm like,
No,
wait,
it's already
I
running
read
through
this
my
the
head.
first
Dude,
time. Like, why
that's-
am I doing
That
this?
sounds a lot like attempting to edit a podcast, like especially like when you're listening to your own shit, and I'm like, because.
So for the folks at home, JP has never edited a single episode of this.
Shut up. I've edited episodes of my own podcast, and I've had to edit my own comedy, and listening to myself makes me want to fucking put ice picks through my eardrums because I'm like, who?
That's how we all feel.
Yeah, I know that's how everybody feels because I can only imagine how it feels sounding listening
Oh
to
no,
this.
I was specifically talking about you. That's how
I
we
know.
all feel.
I know that's what I meant. I agree.
I have the voice of an angel.
I have. It's funny when I'm in public, people are like, "Man, you have a voice for radio," and then I hear myself back, and I'm like, "That's what a nose sounds like." I sound like I
you
should
have
be
a
like.
face for radio.
I
It's
sound
different.
like, yeah, that's what my mom used to say. No, I sound like I would be like a cool like Spy Kids character with like like cartoon arms on the side of just a big nose, and then he would talk, and it would be my voice that comes out,
Hey guys.
and it would probably be a little bit more like that's. I guess I think that's why people just are like, "Are you Jewish?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I mean, I'm a Western."
Bro.
I'm just like,
Mentally.
"Oi, I'm so anxious all the time." I guess
They see the nose, they hear you
It's the
talk,
problem,
they're like,
yeah.
that's a
It's
Jewish
just
person.
like that is a, but then I'm like, look at my wallet, like it's horrible. Like I'm mad with money. But yeah, so you have.
That's a crazy amount in fucking 5 weeks. You wrote that much
yeah, 10,000.
No, I don't even know. I don't-
10,000 words.
It makes
in
no
no drugs.
Holy cow!
Wow.
Yeah.
just head injuries.
You know what I mean?
So anytime I need to get anything done, I'm just gonna start bashing my head.
So you're
against
like,
walls
honestly, it
and
worked
doors.
once.
Yeah.
Worked once.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? You're gonna be
At
at
the Bruce
John's level
Almighty.
eventually. You'll be all right.
20 fingers. Well, see, I can't write. Like I
We
every
know.
time I write stuff, like it comes out horribly incoherent. Oh, it's
No, I
awful.
reread it and I'm just like,
Yeah.
that wasn't me.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
I don't know who
There is
wrote
no
this.
fucking way. I don't know who broke into my house, got into my computer, and wrote that down
Didn't
about
seal
my
anything.
life.
Yeah.
But that is not it. Because
Yeah.
I can't formulate words, but apparently I can write shit. I don't,
Yeah. No, I've read old lyrics that I've written, and I was like, that was good. I wish I could do that still, but not anymore. It's.
Have you tried head injuries?
yeah.
Yes. No, I had a lot of them. I get smacked in the head a lot.
I believe it.
That's why my body hurts so bad now. I used to fall down all the time. Like that's why I got bad knees.
You used to.
Yeah, I still do. That's why it was the whole thing where I started working out like after I stopped drinking and smoking and doing all that cool stuff because I'm like, well, if I want to continue falling down, getting old, so now I gotta just at least work out so when this falls over, it doesn't completely go,
Quit smoking,
Yeah.
quit
Yeah.
drinking. You're just gonna find Jesus again late in life.
I was
bro.
actually thinking about taking my kids to church. Now that you mention it, I was just like, just for
No.
some baseline morality. Baseline morality. I'll be like, everything, all that shit is bullshit. Like, you're not going to hell if you touch your penis, but like, you
But
might.
you will go to hell if you touch his penis.
Yeah, you'll go to hell if he touches your penis, and he's going to fucking hell if he does, But like, just for like some, like, I feel like religion, if anything, like, what it was good for teaching you right and wrong. Like that's like, if anything, like it's for a baseline. Like, like
I don't know if you need that's why I left the church, honestly.
And it does depend on who's raising you too and how they display it.
Yeah.
You know, I guess like my mom did a pretty good job, I think.
No, it was like the idea that the Jesus that I had served my entire life, the Jesus that I aspired to be more like, was not the Jesus of the church.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
like when Black Lives Matter happened and my entire church was like, the fuck does that mean? I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
I'm out.
Black people don't matter? Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I don't. Why am I
say
here?
that?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
No, there is like
I
finding.
guess I'm wrong.
Finding the right it does suck that like you can go to the same church and then find like that guy's a good Christian, that guy's a piece of shit. You know, it's like you can find like because like my definition of a good Christian is just a good decent person, like
Right.
a person who's like embodies Christ-like traits, who's just like a decent fucking human being.
Right, but
really.
if you
Well, let's say
need
somebody
the
hanging
threat
out with
of hell.
whores and
Yeah.
drinking wine.
Yeah, but I mean, like even
exactly.
they don't for I shout out to Tim Pridgeon. He's the person my example. He's a comedian. He's my favorite example of a good Christian person. He doesn't preach at anybody constantly. He just says, "I'm a Christian. This is what I believe, and I don't do this." And then he doesn't say like, "Oh well."
It's crazy.
You know.
I've known Tim for over a year now, and I've heard him do comedy tons of times. I didn't catch on that he never swore until
Yeah.
it was like pointed
Yeah.
out to me. He doesn't
Yeah,
swear.
he doesn't swear. He does clean comedy. But he's like he's just what I would identify as like a good Christian. If I had to be like,
Shout out Tim Pridgeon. We love
shout
you,
out
bro.
Tim Pridgeon. We love him. Like we could also point that way because he's got the Bernie vision that he can see. He's got the lazy eye. He'd appreciate that. I'm sorry. It was
What's crazy is I never started swear. Like there were no swear words
yeah.
in my existence.
Oh.
Like my dad, I think I've
Not
heard him
me.
swear twice in my entire life. I didn't start swearing until I started working in mental health with kids.
okay.
And then it was like just constant,
Yeah.
like
When
from
did you-
them. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Like they would be like,
mean,
fuck you, miss. And I'd be like, I don't have sex with little kids. Like it was just like,
So when did you start with working with? Because you have a decade in it. I have
Yeah.
that written down.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's not
I
even just a little bit of time.
I took some. Cool,
yeah, no, I did time in mental health. When did I start? I was like 18 working with kids, and then I
Yep.
got my degree in 2008, and then I worked in like residential treatment with kids.
So that's what you have your degree in. I also have have a
Yeah.
degree in. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I worked in residential with kids for
We were in Colorado
Nice.
or North Carolina.
Colorado.
Oh,
Okay.
bam.
Yeah.
So that's fun. That was like what, right after they legalized fucking weed too? So you had the extra special kids running around. Fuck you.
No, I mean, those kids were so damaged. Weed would probably be useful at that point. It was like
You heard it from a professional here,
yeah,
folks.
no, seriously, the kids that I worked with, like, they had been pimped out by their mom.
Jesus.
Like
As you do.
I had a kid that he no longer had control over his sphincter muscle,
Ooh.
so he would just shit himself like constantly,
Jesus.
and he couldn't smell it anymore,
Yeah.
because he had been doing it
Yeah.
His
forever.
whole life, yeah.
But yeah,
Mm.
he had been assaulted
Jeez.
to the point of like no longer
No.
having control over his bowels, and that was his mom getting paid for that.
Jesus
God damn.
Christ.
He was 13.
Well, so are there anything fun that happened in mental health? Comedy podcast.
Fun.
Yeah. Any of them get sexually assaulted in a funny way.
Yeah, no, because I was thinking like, okay, so like because
God
this,
damn it,
this
John.
lines up about like when I started doing music when I was 16, so it's about like just like a 2 years off. Well, it's like you did 10 years in mental health. I did 10 years of just having mental health like issues, like just like doing music, basically just like seeing people with mental health. So I'm just like, I was like, man, guys, you went off and was successful, but then I was like, okay, that happened, and now I'm just like, I think I like what I did a little bit. Like, I could go no, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Like, how are you so well adjusted after?
That's crazy that you think she's well adjusted.
That's a well adjusted person's laugh.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
as you can hear.
I can't even believe you just said that.
Well, the kicker
Have
is
you
my
listened
only
to her ever?
anything that has ever come out.
Listen, I love June,
I
but it's not
started
because
comedy-
she's well
I
adjusted.
started comedy because a man whose dead wife
Oh no, finish this.
Sorry.
too important in our relationship. Like,
Oh,
and I was
shit.
like, someone has to listen. Well adjusted. No, my older sister is schizophrenic.
Oh, okay.
She had a psychotic break when I was 11
Nice.
or 10. Yeah, I was 10. So I've never not known very severe mental health issues.
Now, how much older is your sister than you?
2 years older.
2 years,
than me.
okay.
Or no, I'm sorry, 4 years older than me.
Okay.
But no, actually, that same kid. One time, we would take them to the pet store sometimes. Just
That's fucked up. You're gonna sell them a pet.
No. Just,
Oh, this isn't the same kid, is it?
Yeah. The same
Oh shit! I was
kid.
trying to move away from him. No, it's okay.
No, we're bringing it
It's
back.
funny.
We're bringing it back.
Okay. All right. He found humor in this.
Double
Okay.
down.
We would take them to the pet store to just feel somewhat normal, right? Because
Yep.
the kids, they couldn't have an animal, they couldn't have a pet in the residential home. So we went to the pet store one day and we were looking at the puppies, and all of a sudden I turn around. It's like me and my little cohort. I think there was probably 4 or 5 kids. I turn around and there's just shit on the floor, and so I was like, I know exactly where that came from. And
No, you
so
don't.
I was like, ma'am, this puppy, I think this puppy shit on the floor. I was like, get in the van, get in the van.
Aw.
Go.
That's sweet though.
Before
That's
she
very sweet.
realizes
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
human shit.
That
that's
log's
very
as big as the puppy.
100%. That is not from a puppy. And if it were, like, the puppy should be put down, because that's
That's
not-
some quick thinking though. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
I
hey,
was just like, oh
this
my
dog's a
God.
piece of shit. You should probably get him out of here. You should. I don't know. You should. I don't know. How's he doing? I don't know, man. But holy cow! So is there any of that in your 10,000? Any of that in the 10,000 words that came out when you
Working in mental health?
bonk. Any of the? Well, I would imagine like if you wrote about your life, that would be in there somewhere. Like that's
Yeah, some
That's
of it
10 years.
is. Dude, if you think that's been the exciting part of my life, it hasn't. No, but
well. You can find out more in your book. What's your book called? Do you have a title for your book?
At the current moment, it's called "Darling, We Miss Thee."
Darling,
Ben and I and his parents live in Florida, and so he and I and my kiddos all went down to Florida for Thanksgiving, and we went to this pirate graveyard. It was he and I and my 9-year-old, and we were just walking around because I love pirates, and so we heard this super squeaky tree. There was like no fucking wind.
That's 80
right
there. Super squeaky tree.
Also-
Yeah, there was no wind. It was just this tree freaking the fuck out.
It's like
So I
you
was
either
like,
love pirates or dinosaurs, so it's of course you love
I was
pirates.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we got to go figure out what the tree is trying to tell us.
You gotta go check out the tree.
Right.
How can you hear that and not go check?
Yeah. So we wander over there and we
As
get
you do.
right. Yeah. Duh. And so we get over there and the tree stops. Yeah. And I look down and there's just this stone. It has no names or dates. It just says, "Darling, we miss thee," directly below the super squeaky tree. And I was like, fuck!
That's good.
This is
Take
for
the rock.
me. Like, this is fine.
Did you take the rock?
No, it was like a headstone. It
Oh,
was like,
shit.
It was like from the
Oh, shit.
1800s. It was like, but
So
there was,
why no?
I know,
Yeah,
yeah.
they wouldn't
I
miss it.
could've
Like,
at
they're
least taken
dead.
A
Like,
picture, but
Even
yeah.
their kids would be, like
Yeah.
everybody's dead at this point. Like,
Yeah.
like some old man just, I was the one in the tree.
Let me show you where my wife's
Making
buried.
sure
My
no
life has
one.
been haunted enough. I don't know. So when I was in 3rd grade,
I was in the Civil War.
when I was in 3rd grade, my best friend's dad got into a bike accident.
Oh shit.
And he lived across the street from a graveyard. And so we were like waiting for him to get home from the hospital, and we went across the street and stole a bunch of flowers off of the
Hell yeah.
grave
Goddamn.
for
Nice.
him, because we were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're not gonna miss him. Who gives a
You ever
shit?
wonder why
right?
like everything goes wrong for you? You
That
probably-
is that
yeah.
is it. That is
That's
the
not-
answer. But
the-
then I had a passenger recently that handed me a bouquet of flowers that were meant to go on her dead friend's memorial.
Nice.
And I'm like, bitch,
No,
these
I've been
are not
fucking dealing with
for
this
me.
forever.
So I pulled over at this random graveyard, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go until I feel called to
Yeah.
like get out, and I did. And I walk over. It was like one barren grave with like flowers surrounding it. I get out and I walk over. This motherfucker died the year I was born.
Dang.
The
Like,
one
I'm
time
sorry,
she's
but
like,
that
it's gonna
can't
be this
be
one.
that. Like, there,
Yeah.
that's gotta be a low fucking probability.
Dang.
So
That
I
was the universe telling you we're gonna. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just gonna
like,
say.
No more bad shit. Take the fucking flowers back.
See, all I've ever done in all my experience in graveyards. Well, first, My wife and I had our first kiss in our graveyard. That was
I thought you
cool.
said kid at first. I was like, wow, dude, that's metal as fuck.
That would be so
That would have been
awesome.
pretty cool. No, he was conceived very close, but to the same graveyard. But no, but the other experience is mostly just hiding in them from me and
Police.
her being drunk, and then just being like, "Fuck, we got busted banging somewhere graveyard adjacent," and then running into the graveyard and hiding amongst the
Is that the
gravestones.
craziest place you had sex?
I've had my penis out amongst the gravestones way too many times. That's all I'm saying. Like it's and
Name
no
of your sex
shovel.
tape.
Yeah, no shovels were around either. So I wasn't doing anything scandalous. Shout out to Ryan Minton. But
See,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm starting to get more and more into the idea of necrophilia. 'Cause, no, seriously, they're hard. They don't talk. They don't make you put it in your mouth. Like
You're starting to make a
you
lot of
can
sense.
keep them for a little while.
make
You don't
the-
have to like make an appointment.
dude, they make this
you
thing
know?
called dolls. Like it's just like you can buy. It's
Who's
literally
got
just a
time
penis.
for that, John?
It's just a dick. Like it's just like a like. Actually, they have these whole things called dildos. I don't know if you've heard about these. Like now, Zach is very familiar.
Oh, yeah,
with-
yeah.
yeah.
Very.
Like, Zach and I have actually experimented like
a lot.
Look,
we did
I
this-
need the whole body.
Yeah. Now we did
Can't
the.
tell you
You
why.
can't just slap the dildo in the
Yeah.
face.
Well, we on our side channel we put the we did what we call the Requiem for a Dream. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
We like that.
That's on our OnlyFans.
Banging our buttholes together like that. I'm not talking in the right. Yeah, no, that's a fun time.
Poor producer.
That was when he was
holds the
still
boom mic
Sergeant
for the
Major Wrinklebum.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You think he cares? He's
Yeah,
seen some
he held the
shit.
boom mic sideways for the OnlyFans. He was like, he held it in, and then he was like, all right, now then we went
It used
to
to
town.
be Pornhub, but North
Yeah.
Carolina decided we can't
Yeah,
have
they were
Pornhub.
like, show us your ID, and I was like, no, I don't. It's not real. So shit. Hold
Oh,
on. Yeah,
God.
no. So how long have you had? When you? I was gonna. This is actually pretty funny. I was gonna let's go into it. How long have you known you've had autism? Like, are you actually diagnosed
Just a
autistic?
couple of years.
Okay, because like
actually.
I don't actually know if I'm autistic. I just
Take the test.
keep getting told that I'm. I've been since autism.
When an autistic person tells you to take the
Since so
test,
many
John,
people,
you don't
since
have to.
autism
You
became a
are.
thing, everybody has been like, John,
Look,
you're
I
autistic.
took a master's level course in autism,
Mm.
and the entire time I'm like, fuck.
A lot of this sounds
I
really
do
familiar.
that.
Dude, okay, so
It's
I mean,
cool though. I'm not 12 or a boy. Swear to God, I walked out of that class. I was like, that's not
I see,
me.
I've
This
read
is
enough.
me in every way, shape, or form, except for the fact that I'm not 12
I've
or a boy.
I've self-diagnosed myself. I don't need like a doctor to tell me like
No,
what's he gonna
God,
do.
no.
Like I've self-diagnosed. It's like
Do you
yeah,
want a list?
that's
He's
yeah.
already on a few.
Yeah, I'm probably that, and then like I look at ADHD, I'm like I'll look at that, and then I looked at the COVID symptoms where those were coming out. I'm like, yeah, shit,
That's
fuck, I
fake.
got COVID too. That sucks. Yeah, I look at the AIDS ones. I'm like, fuck, no, this is horrible. I've got a mustache. This is horrible. Apparently, if you have a mustache, your rate of getting AIDS is higher. That's what Freddie Mercury got. I don't know. I was riffing. I'm sorry.
So let him dig. Let him dig.
Yeah,
That's what
my
I do.
bad. Yeah,
Let him
sorry.
keep going.
This is like when I go is because like no, it has been like I've been curious, but like I don't.
Yeah, you have.
It's like one of those things where it's like I'm 30. I'm gonna be 36 this year, and I don't want to be like, so doc, do you think I'm autistic? Like in all the times you've talked to me, how autistic do you think I am? And I'd be heartbroken, and my doctor would be like, John, you're
Oh,
pretty.
dude, you don't have to take a test. You are.
Yeah, I'd be upset. I'd be horrified if my doctor was like, John, you're pretty fucking autistic.
See, for me, it was actually a relief because I'm like,
Oh,
it's
thank God. There's a reason I'm like this.
Well, no, it was like, it's not just all of the trauma. It's not
Yeah.
the horrible
Yeah.
upbringing. It's not all these shitty things that have happened to me. It's literally just how my brain is wired. Like I responded in
In
the
your
ways
head.
that I did to the trauma because
in your head.
yeah, it's all in my head.
Well, for me, it's like I just figured I've done enough.
yeah.
I've smoked enough weed to completely fry a lot of my brain chemistry, and then there was enough drinking in there to just,
Yeah. Oh, that too. Yeah.
just sucking out
yeah.
brain cells left and right, just throwing
Right.
them up the next day, like it's just like who needs these,
Yeah.
But so like I don't know, it's like did I just fry my brain? Like we used to just call those burnouts, like that's what.
What? What was it called?
Burnout hijinks.
There it is.
It was a call out. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, usually when you
little
do,
burnout
I don't know,
myself.
maybe doing coke at like 12 is probably.
Well, see, I didn't do that.
I mean,
triggered the
Did you do
autism in
coke at
me.
12?
Yeah, all my
Oh,
heavy drug
shit.
use was like 10 to 15.
Is that a
No.
common youth pastor child thing?
Dude,
Because I know
Who
the
do you
youth
think she was
youth
doing it
pastors
with?
are always cool. Like my youth pastor was cool as shit growing up. Like he had a big house, he had a hot wife. Like we did Nintendo 64 and shit. Like that was back. Like that was the shit, dude. Like he's
no, we were missionaries, so we were
Oh.
poor,
Yeah.
poor. No, because my sister was
It's a good position,
schizophrenic and a drug addict, because probably both. But no, she was getting all her drugs from the Christian, drug support group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been going to the wrong places. I've been looking for dealers.
Dude,
I look for support groups.
Yeah, exactly. It's not AA. It's NA. Go to NA. You can get some of the best.
It gives a
fucking drugs,
whole
bro.
new meaning to Methodist.
Yeah.
Oh, John, leave. We're done with you now.
This isn't the methadone clinic. This is the Methodist church.
It's like,
I heard a
shit.
thing. A guy
Well, we're doing meth and we're praising Jesus, so you fucking come right in, boy. We're gonna get there tonight. We're going straight to heaven.
I heard a whole bit about
That actually just sounds like a good time. Like, let's do it. Let's start that church.
I heard a whole thing about autism, and the guy was trying to point it out. He goes, nowadays women don't drink or do drugs when they're pregnant, and autism is the highest it's ever been. Back when they were drinking and smoking and all that during pregnancy, autism was like 2%. So I think these bitches need to start drinking and smoking while they're pregnant again.
Lose these weak pregnancies.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, my oldest is
Early
definitely autistic, and my wife definitely drank and smoked when she was pregnant with him. It's okay. He's
You're
fine.
telling
He's
me
fine.
that your wife
like,
is a
he's
human being?
he's the one who has no health problems at all. Like,
Yeah, of
he's
course.
got nothing at all. But it's the second one who's like, you couldn't even tell she was pregnant when she had him, like when she first had him. But like the second one, she like ballooned up. He's had every health problem under the book. Like they were like, they told us, they were like, he's got an overbite. We're going to need to reconstruct his jaw. And I was like, you're not doing that. We were both, my wife and I were both like, we'll get braces when he's older. We're not doing that to him, because he was like 8 at the time and they were trying to get him to do that. We were like,
Jesus.
no. They were like, yeah, we got to break his jaw, and I was like, He's 8. He cries when you try to give him shots. Like
Dude, he just found out how cool SpongeBob is.
Bro,
The fuck
like
you mean?
this kid would sock the shit out of me when he would I would be like, all right, Cosmo, they're gonna give you a shot. I'm like, shit, I'm just like, where did this strength come from? Like, it's just like,
retard.
Yeah, and he's
all
got
he
it.
got.
And, okay, so we're letting dive into the episode. This is one thing that I do. It bothers me with how just much autism is thrown about. Like, it's a bit that I've done, but like I do hate it when there's just people will be like, I'm autistic, so I did this, and then you just go off and say some retarded shit that they did. Like, I wish we could just still say I did some retarded shit the other day, and then I did it. You can, but like, I got told by a woke white lady the other night
Was
that
her
I'm
name
not allowed
Karen?
to say
Fuck
that
her. Who
anymore.
gives a shit
Yeah,
what
I
she
got
thinks?
a Karen on Facebook told me I'm not.
No,
allowed to
yeah,
say
I had a
retarded
woman
anymore,
in Lewisburg tell me I can't use the word retard. I'm like,
You
if
can.
I am one, I can
Yeah.
say it all I'm not calling anyone that.
We're
I
just
don't
taking
care.
it back. It's
I
just a
say
bunch of
things-
retards taking it back. It's cool.
The way I
Like,
look at it is the highest members of government, if they can say a word, we can. And Trump's called a reporter
said-
retarded, so I can call people retarded again. It's just fair.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. The highest fucking power in the
this is
government can
funny.
say it, but I
we
can't.
we were talking you were in the car with us too when we were going to Apex. We were talking
Yeah,
about,
but I
right?
was trying to drain out Ryan.
No, but we were talking about like
Shout out to Ryan.
No,
man.
we discovered how I'm gonna get my Kill Tony break.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should talk about it.
Yeah, we should. Go ahead, tell her.
This is how we're gonna get my Kill Tony
Finally
break.
into comedy.
We're gonna So we'll get on Kill Tony, and like instead of going up and trying to do a minute of my material, I'll go up and be like, hey guys, hey Tony. Just call Tony Hinchcliffe multiple F word, just slurs the entire time. Just Tony, and it just I would get booked constantly. He'd be like, oh my god.
Oh.
John's set.
John
was
is so
Yeah.
funny. Oh my god. We have a new
Yeah. And John did, thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony, for that. And then, well, anyways, Tony, now that my interview is here, it's
Yeah.
just like, but no, I thought that would be, yeah, it was funnier in the car when it was just us boys. It was
Ben
just
and I we went to New York to try and get on, and we were in line, and I was standing like probably about as far away
that
as
show
the
is so hard to
producer.
fucking watch, isn't it?
Oh, dude. The only part I enjoyed was getting to see the Black Keys.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the
That's
Black Keys at Madison Square
Oh,
Garden
that's
for
pretty
free.
sick,
That was
sick, dude.
fucking
Yeah, that
nuts.
sounds so.
That is
But
pretty
so
cool.
Ben is standing in line. I'm about as far away as the producer is, and he goes, "So once you get inside, are we going to are we going to be able to watch the show?" Basically, is all that he was asking this guy, because it was 2 nights. We were there Saturday. This guy had been there Friday night, and this man-child looks directly at me,
Oh,
who is
yeah.
not having a conversation with him. I am basically oblivious, and goes, "This is the line for comics." And
Nice.
I lost it. I looked right at Ben and I was like, fuck, dude, this is the line for comics? What are you doing here? Why are Ben? You gotta, I don't know where you
No.
need to go, but this isn't fucking it.
No.
I was like, this is the line for comics, Benjamin.
no.
And he was just like,
You see, like, I don't know.
my bad. My tits are nicer than yours. I didn't realize I couldn't be a fucking comic, you prick. I was just like, what? I wasn't even part of the conversation.
I've
I just
just
wanted to
never.
make sure
we
you weren't
doing?
wasting your time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those
Wow.
shows where it's like it's cool. Like I'm glad that people like
whatever,
it, but
yeah.
like I just it's such a. I feel like it's really just become like one of those shows where it's like it's just for Tony Hinchcliffe to shit on people now. It's just like that's all it is. Like
It's
it
all
used to
it's
be. It wasn't so much that, but like as it's gotten bigger and bigger, it's just. Oh my God! Why do you do comedy? Tell me why you do comedy,
I
Brian
didn't think you
Redband.
did
You're
your
a piece
set.
of shit. Bah, you know, it's. I don't know. Shout out to Kill Tony for sucking. You know,
Shout out to Ryan Midden for sucking.
no, it's cool. But yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan. But I am a huge fan of other comedy podcasts. I love some of the guests on there. Like Dr. Phil is always a treat on that show. I don't know.
hilarious.
Yeah,
But
he's the best part.
shout out Dr. Phil. You know, I don't know. That's
All right, we gotta
not-
wrap this one up.
Oh, we
though.
are? Oh.
Yeah, dude, we've already been going for over an hour.
This is what always happens. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is what happens. He's like, okay.
Oh, I
Zach-
said it to the producer before we started. I'm like, this is gonna be one where I just play games on my phone and June and John go off. And spoiler alert to everybody
Okay.
who just skipped to the end.
To be fair,
I was right.
to be fair, we got through everything.
They
and
found out
more.
that they were besties in the past
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, and then
We grew up same
my
way.
my favorite part is we're probably gonna be like,
Never talk.
Yeah, I know.
again.
Next time they talk, it's gonna be at a mic. They're gonna
We're
go
be
hi.
like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
That's it.
It's like, yeah, no, I'm terrible. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be so. Which band? You know, I definitely don't want to. I'll be a, you know, yeah.
But
I'll-
June, you got any shows
definitely.
coming up you
Yeah.
want to plug?
What you got?
or
You want to shout
not
out
off the top of
anything?
your head because you're.
I mean, my birthday is the 25th.
Shout out to your
25th. Hell yeah, mine's the 20th.
Nice. Are you so? You're right on the border with Cancer, or are you a Gemini?
Dude, I don't believe in fucking birthday racism.
He doesn't have cancer anymore.
My wife does that shit all the time.
Okay.
She gets pissed
you
at me
think
because there's
that-
mercury in the Gatorade. I got
You
into
think
it.
that the moon controls the ocean, but not you, like anything about your life?
I don't believe
you
in the
think that
moon.
a cohort.
There
there
bold
it
of you to assume, June. No, I am sick of having arguments with my wife about it. We got into a huge one the other night. She's like, "It's a full moon. Can you charge my crystals?" I was like, "Bitch, plug them in." The fuck you mean charge my crystals?
Man, I have gas-powered crystals. Fucking put them in.
All right.
The fact that the church dictated JP and I, but the moon can't dictate you. I think.
I can't believe you believe in the moon. Shout out to everybody listening.
Shout out to the moon. I love the moon. The moon's
But,
fucking
all
dope.
right,
All right. So
Let's wrap it up.
Yes. Okay. Shows. Birthday. Any other shows? Okay. We've
All
got.
my other shows are before this.
Well, fuck. Well, then we'll put it. We'll put your. We'll have your social media stuff on the bottom
Yeah.
of it. Thank you for coming out and sitting with us.
Appreciate
and,
it.
you know, yeah, like I said, yeah, that's another one. June Darling, once again. Everybody, give it up, June Darling. There's been another episode of Zach and JP's Burnout Hijinks, where the hijinks are burnout, and that's Zach, and I'm JP, and that's been June Darling. Shout out.
Woo!
All right,
Yeah,
that
we're
can,
good.
that's the, that, and that can loop forever. And like you know, like if you give me enough time.
Bye bye.
that will
Have a
loop
wonderful
forever.
time.
Bye. Bye.